Jill, you grew up in California. How did you end up at the University of Texas?
Well, I often tell people I hit the lottery because at that time, when you're choosing a school at 16, 17-year-olds, you're probably not making maybe the best choices. But I got really lucky. There weren't a whole lot of choices, as you might notice, for women at that time, especially for swimming. There was probably a handful, you can count on one hand, that were doing, like, moving the needle forward and providing opportunities for women. And one of those schools was Texas, and I happened to be smart enough, I guess, or lucky enough to pick the University of Texas.
So you made 4 Olympic teams.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's sit on that for a second. Wow. So the first is a 15-year-old. Most people are lucky to make one Olympic team, obviously. Talk about the approach that you had. Did it change through each of those, or was it the same?
Well, my first one at age 15, I didn't even really realize I was at the Olympics, so I'll be real honest there. I was at another swim meet, and back then, like, I remember the 72 games, I listened to a lot of it on the radio, so you didn't see the same images that you see now for like 2 weeks straight, right? It was, when I got there, which was great for me, I was just at another swim meet. And then 1980, which would have been my, I guess, prime, you would say, I made the team and then we boycotted, so that was a little frustrating. Right now? No. But what it did, you always have to look for the silver lining. And what it did for me was allow me to kind of continue on. I think at that time, people, that was like, around that age, it was time when women, it was like there wasn't really much else out there. You were sort of done. I mean, I was already pushing the envelope, sort of competing at that level in college, and to continue on was not really something that was heard of. So, kind of push the age, I guess, the ripe old age. I don't know what I was in '84, but it wasn't that old. And then I retired after '84 and was at a nationals. I was coaching and watching, and I thought, well, I could maybe try this one more time. And I figured I couldn't go back, so if I didn't do it now, this would, why not? So I just had a year. And the perspective for me on that was very unique because I knew it was a very short window. So like, when you're 15 and you're swimming for the next Olympics, that's 4 years away. Like, that's forever. And this, I had a year to get back into shape, like lose 50 pounds, start getting times and all that stuff and moving forward. So it really changed my focus a great deal. And I think I became, every day is always important, but it really provided focus that every day is super important. Then the little choices will really change the trajectory of where you want to go.
Interesting. Well, you also had an outstanding record as a coach at the University of Texas. Great athletes don't always make great coaches, but it looks like we've got some here. What was your key to success as a coach?
I mean, I think kind of just, pouring in, knowing what it takes to be great, and I think in sharing that with people, getting them to believe in that, you've done it so that they can see that you're not asking them to do things that you didn't do, but I think having fun, enjoying the process, like get away from what the end result is and really, really pay attention to each day, enjoying what you're doing, be grateful for what you're doing, because you're not going to be able to do this forever. And I know it's hard to get kids to understand that 4 years goes by like that, but 4 years goes by like that. And so really just kind of, just getting them to appreciate that. And that I think a lot of times we get hung up on the end result, and that's important, and it's exciting to win, and everybody wants to win, but you've got to really appreciate the process to get there.
The journey, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, Jill, thank you so much.